Solent Warrior.
Welcome back to another episode on the Solent Warrior. We are out at the crack of dawn. The sun is flying up. I wanted to be out about an hour earlier than this, but stuff gets in the way. Today it's an all-out lure attack. So we've got a few marks we're going to hit on the way out around the back of the island. We're going to go wrecking today. On the way there's going to be loads of places we can fish for bass. So these are the new FISHERIES Pro from Sidewinder. That is one lure I've set up on this rod. That's just on a pen pursuit. We have got the Mimic Speed Jig. If you're going lure fishing for bass and you haven't got one of these on, you're missing a trick. Just set that up on a pen raft spin. Cheap setup. I've got another FISHERIES set up on this rod. This is a lighter rod. This is the Pen Squadron. I think she's 14 to 42 gram, and it's just set up with a Battle 3000. That is going to be lethal for the bass. Then when we get out to the wrecks, we've got a slow jig on it's a conflict jig, 200 gram rod. Just set up a little jigging reel. And we've got a wrecking rod. I'll run through this when we get out there. The sun is flying up, so let's get going.
I said nothing of the sort. 'Cause my blood's red like yours. But it's time to get higher and higher, higher and higher, just like before.
You would not believe how cold it is out there. Right, first thing I'm going to do when I'm looking for bass is look for the birds working. So I've come to a mark that is like a big shingle bank, and it always has a big crease line in a tide. Now as I come along that, I'll wait till I see a few birds working in the area, and then it gives me a good sign that there'll be some fish there. There's nothing here at the moment though. There is some birds. Let's have a chuck with the Mimic Speed Jig first. Don't know if you can see, that's the crease line here. Like I said a minute ago, it is cold, man. There's a few birds looking around and searching. Right, let's fish on the bottom. Let's go with FISHERIES Pro. This is quite a fast drift. I'm drifting at about 2 knots. Yeah, fish on. First drop. Not a big fish. Little baby. There we go. Only a little tiny one, but a welcome little sign this morning. We go with a slightly bigger lure, because if there's lots of small fish like that around, I prefer to use a slightly bigger lure and pick out the bigger fish. going to get chucked around all over the place. You've got like a rip tide here that flies off the edge of the bank. Creates a lot of disturbed water. Oh, there we go. Again, only a smaller one. They're getting bigger though. Okay, calm down, buddy. Only a small fish, but they're getting bigger. Lots of fish marking on the bottom right now. God, I'm ready for it to warm up now. Ready. Fish on! Very small fish. Oh, he's off. He's off. No, oh, I don't know. No, he's off. Oh, he's back on! This is not the sort of size fish we're after, but it's a good sign that they're here. What we'll do is we'll spend maybe half an hour here. If we don't start finding some bigger fish, we'll go up round the Needles, see if we can find any fish working around on the reefs, and then maybe go out and do a bit of wrecking. Yeah, there's fish. They're getting slowly bigger. There we go. See what I mean about that crease line now. Very disturbed water over there. They're flat as a pancake in there, look. Just going to start coming across the edge where it starts shelving off. Expecting that's where they'll be. Whoa, that's a better fish. Oh, is he off? No, he's still on. Of course, the sun's right in my face, so I don't think it is a better fish, you know. Oh, he is a little bit better. Yes! Now we're talking. He's a couple of pounds. Whey, calm down, buddy. Calm down. Absolutely hammered that lure. Beautiful. a fish. That's a bit better. That's not. It's just a spunky one. Absolutely hammered the lure. But he's only a little baby. Ouch. Like a bar of soap with pins in it. Let's keep trying. Let's keep going. All I'm doing is casting up on top of the bank. I'm drifting away from the shallow end into the deeper section. All I'm doing is casting up onto the top of that shallow bank and just letting the lure chop down at the moment. Right, just coming over to the fish now. Here we go. There you go. Oh, has he come off? With a tiny little thing. Tiny, tiny little fish. Oh, calm down, buddy. Get that bag out of my mouth, shall I? There we go. Scaries Pros hammering them. Oh, we just need to find them slightly bigger fish. They cast like an absolute dream, these scaries. Designed with help by the fish locker. Right, come on, let's stop messing about. Let me show you what we set up for the wrecking. So I've got a 1220 here. This is a Penn Regiment 3 boat series. Now I use what we call a helicopter rig. So it's just a lead clip and a swivel, some beads and another swivel that's locked in, and that has got my hook length. That is about, what we got, it's about a foot, 2, 3, 4. It's about 5 foot of fluorocarbon, £30, running down to one of the new Scaries Pros. So I've mapped out a handful of wrecks that is in a big loop around the back of the island. So the idea is the furthest wreck's going to be about 12 miles off the back of the Needles. Furthest wreck's going to be about 12 miles off the back of the Needles, but we've got like 3 getting to that one, and then there's 4, and then there's another load, and we get about 11 wrecks in total. We should be able to find some fish. There may be pollock, but the main target on these is going to be big bass. Let's get going. We are here at the first wreck. So we're roughly 5 miles off the back of the island. The first drift is going to be a bit of an exploratory drift because you want to see what your drift lines are. Now, when you're wrecking like this, I've got a long flowing trace, so I'm letting this line down nice and slowly so my lure doesn't get tangled right up. At the moment, it looks like we're probably going to come down one side of the wreck. Now what I like to do when I'm fishing on the wrecks like this is try different reelings, if you want to call it a reeling. So when I hit the bottom, that's the bottom, I'll do 20 turns. 2, 3, 6. Right, nothing on that one. And I'll go for 10 turns. Just locate the fish. The fish might be sat behind the wreck, above the wreck, in front of the wreck, down the side of which you just don't know. So we've missed the wreck on this attempt. There is another boat on it. So he was here first, so I'm going to give him priority. If he's coming up for a drift and I'm in his way, I'll move out of the way. So we have missed the wreck, so we're going to come up again and have another drift round it. We're going to come right over the front end of it. This wreck is 300 foot long. At the moment, the tide is running from back to front of the boat. There we go. Coming right down the arse end of it at the moment. Oh, there we go. Fish on. Yeah, fish on. Woo. That's a bass. Oh, feels like a nice fish as well. Oh, that's a pollock. Go for it. And that, my furry friends, boy, is a beautiful pollock. Chuck your lure over here and I'll hook him on for you. There we go. Lovely fish on the new FISHERIES Pro. Let's see if he will go back. No, he's coming home. He is coming home. Sorry? That's all right. Yeah, it'll do. Yeah. Have you had much on it yet? Have you? Yeah. Yeah, it's a funny wreck. You drift along it, don't you? You don't get to come over the side of it. So if you get in there, you yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a loop of wrecks today. I think the furthest one I'm going to do is about 12 mile off the back of the island. But I've planned out like this is the first one I'm going to hit. Yeah, it's perfect. Hey, there's the small ones down in Milford. Yeah. They are, yeah. And it's rammed with dogfish at the moment. It's nearly unbearable. Yeah, well I fished it last 2 weeks ago and I had about 7th place, up to about 2.5 pounds, but that's in amongst about 40-50 dogfish. You know, it was ruthless. Yeah, that's it. We better go back round on that again. Yeah. Alright, let's see if lightning strikes twice. That was a fair sized pollock for around here. We want a big old bass is what we want. I mean, don't get me wrong, we don't get many pollock around our way. There's fish on the bottom. We don't get many pollock, so it's nice to see a decent sized one like that. Right, just coming down the side of it again this time. Didn't quite. Oh. Little pluck then. Probably a pout. Yeah, didn't quite get over the top of the wreck this time. We're still running down the side of it. Oh, we are just getting the edge of the wreck. Yeah, there he is. We might pick up a fish doing this. Oh. Nearly. Can't move on. I've got to make sure that there's no bass on it. I'm just going to stick. This is a pen conflict, 200 gram with a sidewinder, slow jig. I'll just stick that over the top quick, just in case. There is I mean, we're on 0.8 knots, so we're losing the tide. It's the perfect time to get the slow jigs out. This is wreck number 2. And it looks like it's got plenty of fish on it. Right, well I've had a siesta while the tide's been slack. And we've just come to the furthest wreck. We're about 12 miles off the back of the island now. Right. Let's give it a go. Right, come on, let's see what we can do, because if we don't find a fish on this drift, then we'll head back inshore and see if we can pick out a bass over the needles, maybe. Right, that's it. I'm done with wrecking. It just ain't happening out here. I think I wouldn't have persisted so much if I hadn't caught that pollock on the first wreck. That got me sort of like, right, there's definitely pollock out here. So I've been jumping from wreck to wreck to wreck. I've done 7 or 8 wrecks now with one fish out at the first wreck. And that's the wreck we're over the top of now. I've come back to that. But since this morning, the water clarity has dropped right down. I don't know why. It's almost like a massive algae bloom has happened within the last 2 hours. It's crazy. But what we're going to do, we're going to head back in towards the needles. We're going to chuck some of these around. See if we can pick out a few more bass. If I can get a bass, maybe 4 or 5 pound, that would be ideal. We've got a pollock already. If we get a bass as well, we've got a nice little cook up. Yes! We've done it! He's only a little tiny thing, but we found the fish. Come on. There we go. Hello. Not bad. Do you mind if I film then? This is the fisheries. How you doing, mate? Good. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I've got 1 pollock on board. Yeah. Do you just want me to show it to you? Yeah. Yeah. For round here it is anyway. We don't. No worries. Yeah, no problem.
I see you've got one of our stickers, haven't you?
Yeah. Right, so there, that is good to see. So it's the fisheries patrol and they've just come to check the boat over. Sorry, say that again.
Just because we had a fish on board, I've just got to fill out a little form to say that we looked at it and it's all okay.
Sure.
And yeah, then we'll let you get back to it.
Okay, no worries.
How long have you been up for?
Since about 6 this morning for 1 fish. There's lots of small bass around here at the moment, but I can't find one big enough at the moment.
No, so you had some bass
there? Oh, there's loads of bass here.
Yeah.
But they're all.
Well, I'm glad you're not keeping
So what's the form you're filling out then?
So this is basically our inspection form.
Okay.
So I take your details.
Yeah.
And I basically say what you've got. And yeah, it's all okay. Then you just go onto our database.
Okay.
And then you just kind of in the system, it was all fine. And then
Brilliant.
if we ever come across you again, it's more of a thing of if someone's got a history, then we know what they've done
Sure.
and how to escalate it.
Okay.
So, I'd like to take your name.
David Collins.
Throw in their bin and then
Nice to see the fisheries out having a look around.
well, day like this, it's out. We knew lots of people would be out.
Have you come across many then?
Yeah, we spoke to a really decent amount of people today.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
They've also just all gone as well. When we first came out this morning, we're based down in Hull.
Yeah.
We came and we're literally on line along sort of this way, the whole way down.
Yeah, I was here this morning. Once that tide turned, that's it.
Yeah.
Fade a little bit.
Anyway, yeah, appreciate
Cheers,
it.
lovely
Thanks very
speaking.
much. Cheers. Well, that was good to see. The fisheries out actually checking boats, checking people's fish. That's nice to see, because the amount of people that would keep a lot of undersized bass, especially on this mark, I mean, like you've seen in the video, there's lots of small bass here, and people will keep a collection. If they can't find a decent sized fish, they will keep 4 or 5 to make a meal. Speaking to them, they were saying that they came out this morning. There was lots of boats down here this morning on first light, and it sounds like everyone was keeping to the rules, which is brilliant. It's really hard to get. Yeah, that's a better fish. Now we're talking. Come on, stay on. Whee. Oh, it's not even that big. Hey. He was spunky. Oh, that's why. Just caught. Oh, I see. He's gonna get a hook in me. There we go. Lovely bass on the speed jig. So, just because we've had fisheries over, I'll talk about the sizes of these fish. Minimum size for a bass is 42 centimetres. Now we're just into season now, so we're allowed to keep one. Just to give you an example, this is exactly 42 centimetres. Now you can see that's not a very big fish. I would probably want to take one around the 50 centimetre mark. That's probably still only that's a legal fish. That is a legal fish, but you can see you get a couple of fillets off it. It's always something you get at Sainsbury's. But if you're going to keep a bass, you want to keep one that's around the 50 centimetre, 55 centimetre. Just over £3 would be an ideal keeping size. Let's have one more go on that. I think we can find a bigger one. That's it, I'm beat. I've had a couple of small bass here. Nothing to shout home about, nothing to keep. We got that one pollock that we had this morning on our first wreck, and that'll do me for dinner tonight. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. It's completely free. It's a massive help to me. See you on the next one.